not letting me change my underwear.
What is good? Diamond Dynasty, baby. Y'all already know what's going on in this video today. I'm going to be doing a reaction video to Bhad Bhabie's exposing Turnabout Ranch, okay? Make sure you tell a friend, tell they ain't your mama, tell their Uncle Joe he's still a hoe. Let's get right into this video, man. Let's get it.
In the middle of nowhere, it's just a bunch of old people who get to basically boss kids that have been abused or have problems at home or just had a troubled life, and they act out because of it. So that Dr. Phil and parents send their kids here for these people to, for the kids to actually get more traumatized. Well, they don't know. No, I'm saying they don't know they're sending their kid here for this. But when you send your kid to this facility, your child just gets more traumatized. It's called Turnabout Ranch, right? So my mom just showed me this article. Woman says she was punished at Turnabout Ranch after reporting a sexual assault. So
okay, but we don't want to hear about the reports. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear from you. You know what happened with you. That's what we want to know. We can hear about the reports later on, but we want to know what happened to you and what directly affected you.
I haven't really talked much about my time there, but there was a time over about 2.5 weeks.
The fuck was that?
There was a time around like 2.5 weeks where simply for talking upstairs in the loft where all the girls would sleep, for talking there, right, for talking and singing songs together, we were forced to sit outside in the cold. They would feed us foods they knew we specifically didn't like. They would make us pick up horse shit. They would make us walk an arena. They actually made me walk the arena, me and the other girls, for 5 days straight without letting. Now you're supposed to let the kids, even if they're in trouble, you're supposed to let the kids change their clothes every day, and then
I was gonna say what?
3 days. They did not let us
every
shower.
3 days.
They did not let us change our clothes.
Yeah.
I don't even think they let us shower over the whole 2 weeks. They made me walk in the arena, and I got athlete's foot from it. They wouldn't let me change my socks.
What in the hell? All right, I also just what the fuck? I don't know if all of what she is saying is true or not, but I'm just going to take it in as if I don't know her at all, and somebody who, like a stranger who I don't know, is telling me a story, okay?
Athlete's foot from it, and I had a UTI. I told the nurse I had a UTI from them not letting me change my underwear. They made me walk in the arena, and I got athlete's foot from it. They wouldn't let me change my socks. I got athlete's foot from it, and I had a UTI. I told the nurse I had a UTI from them not letting me change my underwear. I told them I had this UTI, right? I told the nurse, she said, "You're just looking for an excuse to go to the hospital so you can run away." Now, meanwhile, this whole facility is in the middle of Escalante, Utah. And even the hospital, it's a small town. There's only about 500 people that live there. This town is very small. Like I said, it's only about 4 blocks. The hospital is in the same area now this place is literally 2 hours from any main city. If you try to run anywhere, you're either going to get eaten by coyotes or you're just going to fucking die from the freezing weather. Even if you go to the hospital, now the hospital is about 15 minutes from the facility. If you go to the hospital, you can't run away. It's the same thing as running away from the facility. So if I was trying to run away, why wouldn't I just run from the place? Like, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm small and shit. Like, I'm not just gonna be chasing bears out here and shit. Like, the fuck would you like? These people are so fucking dumb. Like, when I tell you so fucking dumb, I can't even fucking fucking speak to anybody, not being able to talk to our therapist, nothing. Not being able to send our parents letters.
If this is true, that's fucked up.
This place, you're supposed to be here for around 100 days, so around 3 months, right? I was extended. I had to stay there for 3 months, for an extra 3 months, for no fucking reason. They lied to my mother, all because the people there seen the Dr. Phil show and knew that I had some steam when I was that I had some steam on the internet. So they wanted me to stay there for an extra 3 months just to fuck with me. They lied to my mother. Now you can't talk to your parents
about
on the phone,
what?
right? You only get to see your parents. They get to come to Utah and see you for 3 days on your 50-day mark. Then they
in rehab.
Come pick you up for graduation. I was sending my mom letters telling her how they weren't feeding us. They were feeding us food, like they would try to feed me peanut butter.
Wow.
I don't fucking eat peanut butter. And I made that clear multiple times. Even when it was time to eat food there, I made it clear multiple times, like, oh, I don't really like peanut butter, I don't really like peanut butter. And even on the days when I wasn't in trouble, when I was just, like, living my life there, whatever's on the menu, you have to take a certain amount of each. And if you don't eat everything that's on your plate, they literally, they force you to eat it, or you could go sit in a desk and face the wall and be fed fucking cornflakes and fucking peanut butter sandwiches. And
that don't sound
ramen,
too bad.
They literally make the ramen 30 minutes before it's time to serve dinner, and then give it to you when it's cold. They'll
yeah, fuck no.
Like, these people
cold
are
ramen.
fucking evil. When I tell you, I can't even explain how. I get it, like, taking the privileges away and stuff.
Right.
But to a certain degree.
You ain't got to do the
you
most.
You don't have to fucking not let kids eat.
Right.
And I understand, like,
some of that shit is abuse after a certain point, you know?
Like, oh, if you do something wrong, you gotta walk a couple laps or something. But taking kids to food is not a privilege. Like, your parents are fucking spending $100,000.
Even the people in jail get food, you know, 3 square meals a day. And it's your choice whether or not you eat that shit or not. You're gonna be starving, and one day you will eat the fuck out of that plate. I'm pretty sure. If you get hungry enough, you will.
Send you to this place, and you're not even feeding them? But anyways, so after that whole 2 weeks of all that, like I said, not being able to shower, not being able to write my mom letters. By the way, my mom didn't receive any of those letters that I sent her about them not feeding me, how I had a UTI, how they wouldn't let me change my clothes, how I don't even know how the UTI went away. This bitch would not give me fucking medication. She would not. She refused. She swore I was lying, up and down. When I never had a sick, I think I had 1 sick day there when I got my throat was sore. That's it. And I did have a sore throat from being out in the cold. And this was within that 2 weeks, and I told them, and they wouldn't even give me cough syrup, nothing. I was coughing, I was all that shit. I had a little bit of a fever. They still made me sit outside in the cold. You know when you have like that head cold and like your throat is sore and you just feel like, ugh? That's that feeling I had. And I had it for about 4 or 5 days. And this bitch wouldn't give me nothing for it. Not even a fucking cup of tea. So anyways, so 2 weeks. So after that whole 2.5 weeks of all that, hold on, let me get some water. So after that whole 2 weeks of that, right? Hold on. After that whole 2 weeks of that, me and one of the girls that were there, she was very attention seeking. Me and her were cool, but she was very attention seeking, and she tried to tell me, like, just for attention, like, you know, wanted to feel special. She told me that one of the male staff there was, like, saying how he loved to spend time with her, and she thinks she's really pretty and all that. I don't believe a word she said, right? I know she was just making this up for me to think she was cool or whatever. But anyways, so I told one of the staff, because now my ass had just been in trouble for fucking 2.5 weeks. I wanted to be able to eat. I wanted to be able to shower. I wanted to be able to take care of myself. I didn't want to.
That's disgusting,
do
bro.
all that extra
That's
shit.
disgusting.
So I told the staff, I was like, look, blah, 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 said this, that, and the third to me. Like, I don't know how y'all want to take care of that, but just know all I did was hear it. I got in trouble. I didn't even say anything back to her, nothing. All I did was go instantly report it to staff. And I got in trouble for talking bad about a staff member. Same thing. For another week, my ass was out there in the cold. No shower, no food, none of that.
That can't be legal, man.
Bro, these people make you fucking sleep on a hardwood plank with no pillow in a sleeping bag.
Y'all in prison.
Like, these people are so fucking evil. Now, meanwhile, when I was there, a murder happened. This kid who supposedly drank bleach, I don't believe he drank bleach. I just believe he was like, y'all not doing this to me, fuck no. And he hit one of the staff members over the head with a crowbar. And killed him. And there was kids so there's 2 facilities Ws. The first cheerleader where you go to is Roundy. You're there for about 2 weeks for your
What?
level 1 and where you start your level 2, and then you go to the barn. And so the Roundy one is like, it's literally like a log cabin. There's no beds, none of that. It's just these little insert things that are wood, and you sleep in a sleeping bag. You don't get no pillow, none of that. Your food, you can't have any condiments. All you drink is water and fucking powdered milk.
She says the same exact thing you just said about punishment.
Yeah, I know. So I just told y'all that, right? Now let me read you what the girl said. In what appeared to me being punished for reporting my abuse, I was required to spend extra time picking up horse manure, walking in circles around a horse corral, which is the arena, sitting in a desk facing a wall for hours, and forced to labor outside in below freezing temperatures and sleep on a wooden plank with no pillow. Am I fucking lying? These people are just so, my hatred is, like, reading this made my...
That doesn't sound like something that would rehabilitate you. Kind of like the prison system too. It's like you have to become an animal in order to even fucking survive. The way that you rehabilitate somebody is not throwing them back into the wild, throwing them into a worse situation. It can be more traumatizing. You probably will adapt more negative habits because of the bullshit that you have to go through during your time or during your stay in prison or in some of these rehab centers and facilities, you know?
My fucking blood boil because I can only imagine how many students this happened to. What? Oh, when I for the Roundy thing, you were forced to sit in this little teepee thing for 3 days when you first got there, and the smell of fire, because they make you light your own fire and stuff to keep warm. You're out there from 6 a.m. to fucking 8 at night, all night, no matter if it's hot, cold, whatever it is, you're out there. You can't lay down, you can't none of that. You have to literally sit up and just look. It's literally the most, it just irks me so bad. But anyway,
I can't believe that she's still a fucking minor. She's 17 years old, y'all. It's crazy.
The smell of fire now, like if I smell like burning wood, it literally makes me like I get uncomfortable. This shit that they do to these kids, really what it is it's just these old people who live in this small country, this small little town. They get to fuck with kids. They're old as fuck, they're ignorant as fuck, they're racist as fuck, they're disrespectful as fuck, they don't give a fuck about them, they don't give a fuck about nobody but themselves and their own kids. Like, it's just like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just fucking evil. And the fact that kids go here that were sexually abused, that were traumatized as children, that their parents are divorced and they have a hard time with it, like just stuff like that. And then they send them here for people to take their privileges away. Like, it's just, I'm talking about basic fucking privileges. It's not just, oh, I'm mad I got my phone taken away, I'm mad I got my TV taken. No, this is, you're taking away food, you're taking away pillows, you're taking away fucking beds, you're taking away shoes. They take your fucking shoes, like.
Yeah, some of that shit is wild.
None of that.
You know?
They don't care about basic fucking hygiene here at all.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
It's really sad, and I think more kids need to speak out about this because the way, even not only me, I wasn't, I don't think it was just me, because it wasn't. I watched one of my the girl that I told you that was there that made up that thing about that staff member. She didn't eat peas, and they forced her to eat her own throw up because she was eating the peas, and she was like, I really don't like peas. Like, please don't make me eat.
They don't even do that in prison.
She was eating them, and she was literally throwing them up, and they were like, well, you have to finish them off the plate.
That's disgusting.
Eating your own vomit.
Nah, bruh.
That's supposed to help kids get over trauma. Explain it. How does that help you get through trauma? How does eating
That's disgusting.
Sleep on the floor? They don't. Every staff that I met about the goals each day because I wanted to get to know them. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just looking for the right answer. No, I'm looking for a reason to talk to you. Like, oh, how do you do this? Da, da, da. Like, just making conversation. I had to pick up 25 fucking barrels of horse shit because I wanted to make conversation with the fucking staff. She took that as, I'm looking at ranch, you need to rethink your decision. You need to Google it.
Well, guys, I don't know. I did Google it to find out what it was, but I didn't like do any in-depth research. I didn't really dive deep. You got to take what people say with a grain of salt. I'm not saying that she's lying. I'm pretty sure she's experienced some of the things that she's talking about, but people over exaggerate things to try to, you know, make themselves more like the victim. I don't know, okay? And we weren't there, so we can't say exactly what happened. But if there are other accounts and other takes on her perspective and what has happened, if her account is not the only account, then it maybe should be looked into. It maybe should be investigated, you know? But y'all let me know in the comment section down below. Have you guys heard for yourself anything else about Turnabout Ranch? This is the first I've ever heard of it. Just, you know, this whole situation with Bhad Bhabie. And if what she's saying is true and all of these things that she is saying is true, then yes, half of that stuff was abusive behavior, and it can make you more traumatized going into a facility like that. None of those things and none of those punishments are going to benefit that individual for the better, okay? When you go to rehab, they talking about jail and prison supposed to rehabilitate people. No, it doesn't. It only turns them into wild fucking caged animals who go crazier when you let them back into the real world. They're even more fucked up in the head, and they end up back in those facilities, back in those prisons, back in those jails, okay? And you wonder why, you know, they keep coming back and coming back, because it's not rehab. You're not rehabilitating people. Basically, you're throwing them into the wild. You're throwing them to the lion's den, okay? And expecting that person to come out sane. Anyway, guys, let me know how y'all feel about Bhad Bhabie. You think she's telling the truth or not? If half the shit that she was saying was true, that place does need to be investigated, okay? Let me know in the comment section down below how you guys feel. I love y'all so much. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Today ain't your mom, today ain't Uncle Joe. He's still a hoe. I will see you guys in the next motherfucking video. I love y'all, man. Peace. We out, baby.